What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Viva Student Power, viva! Vamonku, Vamoma! Greetings to you, the President of the Republic of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, and all the distinguished dignitaries present. With your indulgence, Mr. President, before I said anything, allow me to ask my fellow Union Presidents who are here with me to pass their greetings to you in person. To start with Salimana University President Inos Kaoma, and will be followed by Nipasu President Mr. Vincent Sakala, CBU President Mr. Lloyd Nsonga, Palawana University President John Piri, UNZA Ridgeway President Ephraim Chifunda, and Levi Mwanawasa Medical University President Brian Malambo.
Viva Mongu, viva! Viva Nipa, viva! Your Excellency, the process must continue. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. My name is Vincent Mwinde Siampolomba Sakala, representing the good people of Nipa under your office. The only president under your office. So after you, sir, it's me. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We are delighted and excited to be part of this process, your inclusion, and also looking at the welfare of the young people. Your Excellency, they hated you in opposition. They took you to prison. Now they want you to not to go ahead with the constitutional requirement of amending the constitution after 10 years, so that after you're out of office, they take you back. Your Excellency, this team will not allow for that thing to happen. Thank you so much.
Viva Student Power, viva! Viva Student Power, viva! Vamonku, Vamoma, Vachau, Vachongwe, everyone. The person standing before you is Inos Kauma, the Union President for Chalimbana University, the only university in Chongwe. There are no any universities in Chongwe. And talking on behalf of the entire Chongwe, Your Excellency, I'm repeating this one. We as Chongwe, we as young people, we want more youths in parliament. We as young people, we as Chongwe, we as Chalimbana University, we are saying, Kwenyu and tukonkanyepo. Don't worry.
Viva Student Power, viva! Viva Wamongu, viva! Viva Wamoma, viva! Okay, thank you so much. Your Excellency, we are so delighted to be in this place. We really honor your invitation. The person speaking, my name is John Patrick Piri. I'm Palawana University President for the Student Union. Palawana University is in Chongwe District. Sorry, my neighbor here keeps misleading the nation to say Chongwe as the only university which is Chalimbana. But Palawana University, it is the only agricultural university in Zambia. We offer purely agricultural courses. It is the home of agriculture. Everybody's in. Okay, so Your Excellency, we want you to know that our stand as students, our position in supporting this amendment is not based on what you've done for us. It's not based on the meal allowances. It's not based on the sponsorship. No, it is based on the facts that are contained within it. It is based on the fact that it means well for our tomorrow. It means well for our future. Our children will be in safe hands when this constitution is amended. No wonder we stand with you as your friends. We will not allow people to make you look like we don't have friends. Here we are as your friends, and we have you. And we continue supporting you to the very end until this battle is won. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Viva Student Power, viva! Viva Student Power, viva! Vamonku, Vamoma! Everybody's in.
Mr. President, allow me to introduce myself adequately. as the union president of the biggest medical university in this country and in the southern region, Levi Mwanawasa, a beacon of health. Mr. President, my name is Brian Malambo, the union president of Levi Mwanawasa. And our motto as Levi Mwanawasa is, let no one be left behind. And Mr. President, we are here as Levi Mwanawasa to say to you, give us the bill. We will take it to Parliament and we will not leave you behind.
Vamonku, Vamonku, Vamoma, everybody's here, everybody's here. Mr. President, greetings to you this afternoon. My name is Chifunda Ephraim, UNZA President Ridgeway Campus, and not only am I that, but I emerged as best male speaker in the 4th session Youth Parliament that was hosted by Nakosu. It is for that reason, Mr. President, I am here to support on behalf of our students that continue with this amendment so that we, the young people, I myself, Mr. President, I am very much eager to do the Parliament session hands-on, and like the training ground that Nakoso has provided us. As the best speaker, I want to go into Parliament as an actual MP. Very soon, Mr. President. Please, Mr. President, don't let these voices outside trouble you and stress you. Your duty is to propose, and legislative work is for parliamentarians. Let them now take the mantle and do their job. It is for this reason the constituency of Ridgeway is with you. It is supporting you, and you have the full support as our friend, as our parent, and meaning good. We need female representation, youth presentation, persons with disabilities are needed there. We need a proper alignment. We need a specific time for petitions. We need such. Mr. President, you are delaying. May you continue with the process.
Everybody's here. Everybody's here. Viva student, viva! Viva student, viva! Awan! Wamonku! Wamoma! Wamamuri! Awesome. Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Lloyd Nsonga, and I'm the Copper Belt University Student Union President and also National Council of Student Unions, Nakosu Vice Chairperson, a body which presents over all the unions across the nation for the students. First and foremost, Mr. President, I wish to indicate to you that on behalf of all the students, we are very much elated for the boldness that you have shown towards the Bill 7 amendment, which is a forward-thinking constitution. Mr. President, the students, together with myself and my fellow leaders who are here, will stand shoulder by shoulder with you to see to it that this process is a success. Mr. President, this bill speaks of the goodwill, which the inclusivity of the youth. Mr. President, already the President for Ridgeway Campus mentioned that Nakoso has been providing a platform for young people to nurture their potential in Parliament, which is just a clear indication that we, the young people, are ready to take up the national leadership. But how can we enhance or harness the potential that we have? It's by virtue of putting that into a law so that the government can be compelled to include us, the young people, to go to Parliament. My fellow young people, don't you want to go to Parliament? Don't you want to go to Parliament? Don't you want to walk in the corridors of power? This is the reason why, Mr. President, we are here together with my young people to see to it that this amendment is a success. And just to react on the OOC's forum, as students, union leaders, we stand against the orchestrated protest which they wanted to engage themselves in. Because us as union leaders, whenever there are issues, we dialogue with you because we understand that you are a friend and you have been there for us. Your role as the Republican president has always to ensure that there is peace, unity, and tranquility and order in our nation, Zambia. And for that, Mr. President, we want to appreciate you because you have shown an exemplary leadership And that's what we are speaking to these colleagues. There's no need to go on the road. There's no need to go and cause violence on the road side. There's a need for us to dialogue. We just wrote to your office that we want to engage so that we can be part of the burning conversation as union leaders. And here we are at State House, where my young fellow leaders are here and my students are here to see to it that we add a voice as young leaders. Together we can make this nation great again. The delimitation of a constituency, the past 1 week, together with my colleagues who are in different different provinces where we were interacting with the young people and the students to register to vote. It was so shocking on my end that when we went to a certain constituency, Mr. President, it took us to drive to the next area within the constituency that it took us about 5 hours, as if you are driving from Lusaka to Kapiri. I think that's quite vast for a constituency, even for a member of parliament, to manage. This is the reason why me, who is pursuing Bachelor of Science Economics at the Copperbelt University, a fourth-year student, I really understand that there's a need for us to look at physical decentralization, and that can only be actualized. That can only be actualized, Mr. President, if we are able to delimitate these constituencies. Together, we can make our great nation, Zambia, great again. One Zambia, one Zambia, one nation, one people. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. God bless you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, comrades. The President of the Republic of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, distinguished dignitaries present, to our country Zambia, Vamonku na Vamoma, both at home and abroad. There comes a time when inclusion is not an option, but a duty. There comes a time when the Constitution must not just reflect where we are, but where we intend to go. And that time is now. Gender equity is not merely a social ideal. It is an obligation recognized in Article 259 sub 1 of the current Constitution that calls for a balance in public appointments. Nevertheless, the electoral outcome has fallen this mandate because it is not entrenched in the Zambian Constitution. With this provision, it provides an entrenchment for equal representation of both women and the youths in parliament. As it stands, we only have a representation of 15% women, which is not a good thing. Bill 7 is putting Zambia on the path to fulfillment of the constitutional principle of gender equity and our commitment to instruments such as the CEDAW Convention on the elimination of all forms of discrimination against women, the SADC Protocol on Gender and Development, and the African Union Agenda 2063. Bill 7 simplifies and clarifies certain definitions which align Zambia with internationally recognized standards. For example, a youth is any person beyond the age of 18, and a child is any person below the age of 18, and a youth is any person ranging between 18 to 35. This aligns Zambia with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child. In short, I am saying that we are looking at the modernization of the vocabulary of our Constitution. Members of the public, Mr. President, in science there's a process that we call metamorphosis. This is a process which insects undergo in order to keep up with their stage of life. If for a society to be stable, it needs metamorphosis. And the only way is through delimitation. Article 58 requires the country to keep up with the distribution in population and demand. And it goes on to say this must be done not in a period of more than 10 years. It is now more than 10 years, and according to the Electoral Commission reports, it indicates that a delimitation must take place. This is not a politically driven initiative, but it is a mandate according to the research that has been given by the professionals. Mr. President, it is very unfortunate that technocrats who understand this, they're using it as a weapon to mislead the nation. As the young people of our country, it is our mandate to become ambassadors and to educate those who do not understand. Mr. President, we don't want you to be the reason why so many young lives in our country are denied an opportunity to go to parliament. It's for that reason, we as the young people, not only are we supporting, we are making a humble request that this bill must be taken to parliament for amendment. Let us not be the people who decide whether this bill should pass or not. Let's give this opportunity to the people who we elected and entrusted in power in the 2021 general elections, and the results shall be yielded. In mathematics, I always used to say, numbers don't lie. If I asked you 2 plus 2, what's the answer? But if I stood up and said the answer is 5, how would I look? I'm misleading you. The truth is that men and women will lie, but numbers don't lie. The truth is that we as church leaders, I'm saying we because me myself, I'm coming from a church leader, we must not use our positions and the roles that we have attained in various churches to mislead the people we are leading. If you are making points in your individual capacity, come out and illustrate to say that is in your individual capacity. Now, since I'm a church leader where I'm coming from, and I told the people of my church, and they gave me a go-ahead to say, go and tell the president of the Republic of Zambia that we as the members of your church, we are more than ready for this revolution which is coming, because it is something that we've been looking up to for a long time. Why should we have a parliament that legislates on behalf of persons with disabilities when they're not there? Why should we have a parliament that formulates youth policy when the youths are not there? Why should we have a parliament that passes gender-responsive laws without having the women who face the realities of those laws? It is very unfair. That's why as a country, it is our mandate to ensure that we sensitize each and every one of us. I have seen various statements have been made by distinctive individuals. But whatever they have stated, they have not given a reason as to why this bill shouldn't be taken to parliament. All that is coming out are assertions. And we cannot live in a world of assertions, because I strongly believe that Zambia is building a literate nation. As young people of our country, as young people who we strongly believe that we are the future leaders of tomorrow, and we stand an opportunity to be in parliament. Mr. President, we are giving you a go-ahead. We don't want you to be the reason why a young person like the Copper Belt University president doesn't go to parliament. But let the members of parliament do what? Let the members of parliament do what? That's the only thing we're asking for. Before I take my seat, I'll call upon my Vice President, Jemima Moaba, to give our remarks.
Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.